Hello and welcome to your mat. My name is Stacey and I will be guiding you through a gentle yoga practice today. It may be helpful to have 2 yoga blocks at your mat and a strap perhaps, but they are not necessary for your practice. Props are always just an excellent way to create space in your body and can be substituted with other household items of similar shape and size. We're going to begin today's practice in a child's pose. So you can go ahead and find your way onto your mat. And I'll meet you in child's pose when you're ready. To get into child's pose, you'll start in a tabletop position. Your big toes can come to touch, knees go wide. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Slide your fingertips away from you with the palms on the floor. Lower your forehead down onto your mat or onto a yoga block. Press firm through the palms of your hands. Lengthen through your spine from the tip of your tailbone to the top of your head. The hips stay heavy towards your heels. Start to walk your hands towards the right side of your mat. Left hip sinks down towards the left heel. Left armpit is drawn towards the mat as well. Option here to place your left hand on top of the right, creating a little more length of the left side body. Walk your hands back through center. Pause in your child's pose for a breath. Neutralize your spine. And then walk your hands over to the left this time. Right hip is still heavy towards the right heel. You can stack the right hand on top of the left. Back through center. One more big breath here. And then rise up through tabletop. Hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. We'll move through a few cat and cow. With a big breath in, lift your tailbone, belly drops, heart comes forward and up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone rounding through the spine. Hollow out your chest and gaze to the belly. Big breath in, cow pose, lifted tailbone, heart comes forward and up. Exhale for cat. Scoop your tailbone, look to your belly as your chin draws into your chest. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. 3 more. No rush to get there, but when you've finished your 3, just landing in a neutral spine. putting some weight into the right palm of your hand, light to the left side. Start to lift your left fingertips up towards the sky. Open your heart to the left. On an exhale, thread the left arm through between the right arm and your body. Palm faces up. Slide the left fingertips over to the right. The top left corner of your head finds the mat. You can apply gentle pressure to the right palm to open your heart up a little bit further without being forceful. Option as well to walk the right fingertips away from you, straightening the right arm up overhead, resting the fingertips on the floor. Press firm through the left arm. Left fingertips continue to slide over to the right as far as they can. Let the left shoulder rest softly in the socket. Bend the right elbow. Bring the palm of the right hand onto the mat. Press down through the right palm. Lift your left fingertips high. Open your heart to the left. Left hand lowers. Tabletop. Gentle sway from side to side. Send one shoulder to your hip and then the other. Center. This time the weight is going to come into the left palm. Reach the right fingertips high, open your heart to the right. Thread the right arm through between the left arm and your body. Palm faces up as it slides all the way over to the left. Top right corner of your head lands on the mat. Left fingertips extend long. See if you can keep your hips square. Pressing firm through the outer right arm and all the way down to the fingertips. Left palm finds the floor beside your face. Press down to the left hand. Open up your heart, reach the right fingertips high. Right hand comes down to the mat. A gentle sway from side to side, shoulder to hip. Releasing to the back of the neck, let your head fall heavy. Find your neutral. From this neutral position, we're going to extend our right leg long behind. Tuck the toes, let them land on the mat. The right leg straight. Start to press down through the right heel as if you're trying to step the right foot onto the mat. Keep your hips as square as you can, the right hip drawn a little bit towards the mat. Play with the weight between big toe mound and pinky toe mound of the right foot, looking for a stretch at the back of the left calf. Your gaze is to the mat, between your hands, maintaining a long neck. Shoulders come back over the wrist, shifting your weight forward. Right toes now face the right side wall. Bend the right knee, step forward, top right corner of your mat. This is a great place to bring some blocks into your practice if you have them. Bringing your hands up onto the blocks allows you to find length through your back body. You can also proceed without the blocks, they're always optional. If you haven't got any for your own personal practice, I do recommend you look into getting some. The left foot is pointing directly behind you, not over to the side. With a wide stance in your lunge, start to turn the toes out to face the right edge of your mat, a little bit further beyond perhaps. Option to come onto the pinky toe edge of the right foot, as if you're showing the inseam of the right pant leg to the sky. If this is a little bit too much pressure on the left knee, you can always fold over the left side of your mat or place a towel beneath your knee for some support. Sole of the right foot comes onto the floor, heel toe, your right foot through center. Framing the right foot with your hands, as much or as little bend in the back leg as you like. Keep the right knee pointing the same direction as your toes. You want your stance to be about hip distance apart. It doesn't have to be too narrow, you're not walking on a tightrope here. Squeeze the inner thighs together, outer hips reach out and back. And think about drawing the right heel towards the back of the mat, the left knee towards the front without actually moving them. Keep that same activation. You're welcome to stay here working on your low lunge with your hands on the mat. Otherwise, we're going to rise up a little bit, maybe stopping with your hands on your lap. Take a breath or two to neutralize. And as you inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. You're going to stay facing the front. I'm just going to turn to face the mirror so you can see my arms. With a big inhale, lengthen. On an exhale, bend at the elbows. Bring them in line with the shoulders, palms face forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to lower. As you lower the elbows, think about drawing up through the pelvis. Inhale, reach up, lower the hips. Exhale, lower the elbows, draw the hips up slightly. 2 more. Inhale, sink into the hips. Exhale, lift up ever so slightly. Last one. Inhale, reach up high. Exhale, hands to heart. Full breath here. Soften. We're going to extend the arms out long in front. Palms face each other. Open the right arm up to the right side and back behind you. Coming into reverse warrior arms. Gaze can come forward to the left fingertips. Stay as you are, or option to bring the right hand to the back leg or low back. Left fingertips reach high. Keep that right knee drawn in towards the midline, maintaining weight on the big toe of the right. Back through your reverse warrior arms. Right arm comes back to meet the left. Open up the opposite direction, so left arm goes to the left, back behind you, warrior arms this time. Keep breathing. Use your breath to fuel you through this lunge. Gaze can come forward. Stay as you are, lower the left hand to the back leg or low back, reach the right fingertips up. Watching for any discomfort in the low back here, please come out. Rise back up. Warrior two arms. Windmill the arms to frame your front foot. Walk your hands back towards your hips. Woo! Easing out of that lunge. Find some space to the front of the left hip and thigh. Come up onto the right heel. Show the sole of the right foot to the room in front of you. Again, perfect place for blocks here. Even if you're advanced in your practice, it's always nice to have the blocks to stay long and straight, neutral through the spine. The hips are drawn back evenly towards the back of the mat, but the right heel is firmly rooted on the floor. Draw your heart forward and down. Think about sending your heart beyond the right ankle rather than trying to touch your forehead to your shin. Walk your hands forward to frame the front foot. Both hands to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe, the right foot over to the right. Shift your hips back. Slide the right foot back to meet the left. Take a gentle sway of the hips from side to side. Letting go of any tension that may have developed. Let your big toes come to touch, knees go wide apart. Shift your hips back towards the heels, child's pose. Allow your forehead to rest on something, whether that's the floor, a block, maybe even stacked fist if you have a block at home. Forward to tabletop. Take a moment to neutralize. Find your center as we prepare to move to the opposite side. From your tabletop, we're going to extend the left leg long, tuck your toes and lower them onto the mat. The left leg is straight, hips are even. Start to press the left heel down towards the mat. Keeping weight in the big toe mound of the left foot. Staying open through the heart. We're not collapsing into the shoulders or chest. The gaze is between the thumbs or slightly beyond the index fingers. Just maintaining length in the back of the neck. Shift your weight forward. Left toes point to the left side of the room. Bend the left knee. Bring the left foot towards the top left corner of your mat. Take as many steps as you need to get there. A nice wide stance. Just noticing if you're a little tighter on the side, a little more open. And point the left toes out slightly to the left side of the room. And then option to come onto the pinky toe edge of the left foot, lifting the inner arch, showing the inseam of the left pant leg to the sky. Option for blocks beneath the hands or a cushion beneath the right knee. Every breath in, find some length. If you're big breath out. Maybe you're able to sink just a little bit deeper into your lizard pose. Draw the sole of the left foot onto the mat. Heel toe, the left foot through center. Until you get to about hip distance between the left foot and the inner right thigh. Right leg can be extended long and straight behind you like mine. Or you can have a generous bend in the knee as long as you're feeling a stretch at the front of the right thigh. If you notice that the left knee is pointing beyond the left ankle, it could just mean that you're able to slide the right foot back a little bit until the left knee stacks over the ankle. Stay here with your hands on the floor the entire duration, or you can rise up with the hands onto the left thigh. Squeeze those inner thighs together, outer hips reach out and back, activate the legs. Option here to reach the arms up overhead, take a big breath in. On the exhale, bend at the elbows, palms face the room in front of you, lifting up a little bit through the pelvis and hips. On the inhale, sink into your lunge, reach up high. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw up through the hips, squeeze those thighs. Inhale to lower the hips, lift the fingers. Exhale to activate, bend the elbows, lift the hips. 2 more. Big breath in, reach up. Bring the arms out in front of you, palms face each other, shoulders draw back. Keep the right hand where it is, the left arm opens up to the left and back behind you. Reverse warrior arms, keep that left big toe on the floor, gazes over the right fingertips. Stay here or lower the left hand onto the back leg or low back, reach the right fingertips high. Open through the heart. Coming out if you feel any discomfort in the low back. Rise back up. Left hand comes to meet the right. Right hand opens up, warrior 2 arms. Keep the arms parallel with the floor, gazes over the left. Keep that left knee pointing the same direction as your toes, option to dance it back, right hand to the back leg, left fingertips reach up high. Open heart. Back through center. Windmill the arms to frame your front foot. Walk your hands back to meet the hips. Coming up onto the heel, option for your blocks. Blocks can be used at a variety of heights, just depending on your body, the length of your arms, and how open you are through your legs. Make sure the right hip is tracking in line with the right heel. But both hips are drawn back towards the back of your mat. The left heel is firmly rooted into the floor. The big toe and pinky toe of the left foot are drawing back at the same rate. Neither one is closer to your face than the other. Walk your hands forward to frame your left foot. Both hands to the inside of the left leg, heel toe to the outer edge. Shift your hips back, slide the left leg to meet the right, tabletop. A gentle sway of the hips from side to side. With the hips lifted up high, keep them lifted above the knees. Start to walk the hands forward and lower your heart down towards the mat. So it's similar to a child's pose, except the hips are not shifting back towards the heels. Arms extend long as the heart starts to melt towards the floor for puppy pose. Gaze is down, forehead and heart reaching for the mat. If the heart does reach the mat and you like to go deeper, you can bring the chin to the mat and the gaze comes forward. But if the heart is not touching the floor, you're better to have both the forehead and heart approaching the floor and gaze is down. Keep your tailbone lifted high and keep breathing. Slowly rise back up. Tabletop pose. Keep the knees narrow this time. Shift the hips back towards the heels. Child's pose. Let your forehead come down towards the mat. Maybe this time you slide your fingertips back towards your feet. Palms face up. The knees are narrow, but you can allow as much space as you need to create room for the belly and chest. So you're able to rest here comfortably. The chin tucks in slightly as the forehead comes to land on the floor or a block. With the fingertips back behind you, palms facing up, allow your shoulders and upper back to soften and relax. Invite the eyes to close. Settle into your child's pose as your final moment of relaxation. Breathing space into your upper back, your shoulders, your mid back, your low back, pelvis, and hips. Feeling your entire back body expanding with every breath in, creating space. Softening and melting down towards the earth with each breath out. This practice of stillness and breath will remain yours for as long as you choose to allow it. And let this child's pose be your most restful one yet. Supporting yourself with pillows, with blankets, whatever you have available. Taking as much time here in stillness as your body allows. When you do feel ready to get up and go, offer just one or two more breaths. Before rising up slowly, going on with the rest of your day. It is with such gratitude that I join you here in practice today and always. Namaste.